let's go ahead and start the meeting for January 19th, 2021. Let's see. Campatero, anything on the zone?
Spacebar, Ken.
Yeah.
Okay, now that I remember what I was doing.
Okay.
Our Kalama Lions Club are now online with their e-clubhouse. If any of you are interested, www.eclubhouse.org Kalama. Really a good program. They really finally put together, and you got a great opportunity of things going. The other thing being is February 2nd at 7:00 p.m. on Zoom will be our second Zoom conference. Membership is the theme for that, and we have several good programs coming up to talk to people, and I've sent some information out to some of the people that we hope we'll hear somebody from what we're talking about on our membership. I will have to mention a great letter from past District Governor Doug Hall talking about membership and some of the things taking place. Something I talked about since we've started this year, and finally it sounds like somebody's taking hold of it. Things that we get from MD19, Michelle would really like to have an update on some of the addresses. We have probably 5 or 6 in our club that they don't have proper addresses for to get in touch with. So if we could get those in the emails updated, she would really appreciate that. And also just remind our treasurers the second half dues are due to get those in. The other thing, I left a little message with Hal that he might bring up after a while, but other than that, things are looking pretty good. We're holding our own in the district, so I thank all 7 of our clubs for putting forth the effort.
All right, thank you. We have an executive board meeting on Thursday at 11:30, and then we'll have a board meeting at noon on Thursday. So we'll do the executive board first, and then go into the board meeting. So Hal, do you have that on your schedule?
Is that what, like this Thursday?
Yes.
Sure. 11:30.
It doesn't sound good, Hal.
Absolutely.
Just go ahead. If you can't, just go ahead and get it started for us.
I will.
Okay.
I will.
All right.
We Palmers suck at lying.
I have a question on the board meeting for Thursday. Are we going to use that 853 number? Or are we using the 827 that we are using today?
Oh, we're going to use the other one.
Yeah.
And I'll send out an email.
53.
Yeah, it will.
And I'll send out an email Thursday morning
Okay.
so you can just link to it.
Which will wake me up to make sure I do it.
Yeah. If not, I'll think about 11:15, 11:20. Hey, Hal, we having a meeting?
What you talking about, girl?
Yeah.
He's not up at 11:15.
Oh, ouch.
Bob Jensen, anything for like the concessions or Christmas lights? Are they all taken care of, or?
Yes, we're all put away in the cargo container. I've just got a few little figures here. We've had 14 people help with taking the lights down and putting them back to the shop and drying them and then putting them into the cargo deal. Let me read it real quick. Bob Speck, Bob Piper, the 2 Firth brothers, Ken Bottero, Gordy Schultz, Sharon Nolan, Dick Sorensen, Rick Johnson, Doug Harvey, and Louie, Bob, Tom, and Lloyd.
Okay.
So everything's all put away and it's nice and dry. We did a good job putting it back in. We got a little more room than we had last year.
Oh.
So thanks, everybody. You know
Did it take longer because you had 2 Firth brothers there?
Gonna say there's more room because we didn't leave one of the Firth brothers in that container.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, Bob. Do you want me to clean all your stuff off the desk in the office that you guys left?
Ooh.
What is that?
Oh, I think there's donuts, coffee.
Oh.
Beer bottles.
Oh, sure.
Okay. I didn't know if you guys were coming back or whatever, so I
Yeah, we're gonna go to the
We
shop
are.
this afternoon, so we'll take care of it.
We'll get it out of there.
All right. Well, there's a box of glasses. Just leave it there for Greg. So that I put on the desk. So, okay, any happy or sad bucks for anybody? Marilyn.
Well, today would be my dad's 109th birthday, so I get a little nostalgic on January 19th. I posted a wonderful picture of him in Facebook and sent it to our kids. It was probably the 1950s that picture was taken, but when I was a little girl, I'm going to tell a story 'cause it's kind of fun. He was a singer as well as I, and I was little. I was probably maybe 2 years old or so, and my dad was singing in front of the PTA at school for a program, and my mother played the piano for her. So they left me with my sister, who was 6 years older than me, in charge of Marilyn, and don't let Marilyn get out of her chair. But my dad was singing Daddy's Little Girl, and I stood up and I said, "That's my pretty little daddy," and I ran up to the stage. So you can imagine the emotions of my dad. Difficult to sing his song while his little girl is patting him on the face and the shoulder, so it's kind of a touching story. But anyway, I just always love to celebrate his birthday. So yes, last week we went to the beach, had a really good time, enjoyed watching storms and high tides, and came home to numerous cottonwood and birch trees down from the windstorm. And it was kind of frightening for our daughter because she lives here and she was in bed. It was about midnight when it sounded like a tornado or a train roaring through. And then the trees fell, and you know how tall they get. It rattled her bed. So we have a mess, but we still had fun.
Wow.
That's good.
That's worth a few dollars, I think.
Yeah. Anybody else? Any happy or sad bucks? Hal?
President Darlene, fellow Lions and guests. I was talking with protocol with the president earlier. My sad buck is this last rainstorm, my stupid door area leaked again. So I have twice as much flooring up because it was for the wet vac. I got rid of those big 20-gallon ones, and that was another 10 gallons of water. It was just crazy. Went out and got a bunch of crack fillers and hoping they're going to work. I did discover a crack outside on the wall that's probably a half-inch thick. I'm thinking that might have contributed to it. Too soon we get dumb, right?
Pat?
Well, I've got several, darn it. And someday I'm actually going to find somebody and give them cash for all these that I've done over the past weeks. I'm happy still to still be around here. Still in stage 4. We had a first happy buck really is for Larry Hansen again last week of December. The wrong insurance had been chosen, and the Heart Lab didn't accept it, so I had to cancel all the appointments, get a new insurance, and start that whole process all over again. So today, January's just been a waiting month until I can start getting some tests and stuff going. So just taking it easy. Second one is congratulations, Buck, to Gina for Justice Hoagman getting a big old scholarship to WSU. Rock star. And to think we can say we knew her when.
Yeah.
Another one is for my brother Hal. I'm really sorry about the fact that I got all the building talent in the family, and
Yeah.
you can't seem to get there. And I was supposed to stop by yesterday, and I was going to, but Sam's car broke down, so I had to go rescue him and then give him my truck. So hopefully tomorrow maybe I can get over there.
Yeah.
Maybe this afternoon even. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Let's see. And gosh, a super prayerful buck for Walt, hoping that
Yes.
the doctor's hands
No,
are.
you don't need to bark. No. Hey.
Yeah. Yeah. Hoping that those doctors' hands are a lot smarter than Walt is, at least. So, and prayers for Marie, because that's got to be miserable to go through.
Right. Anybody else and any happy or sad bucks? Hey.
We're never going to make budget this way, people. Come on, let's get this thing moving.
We're pretty quiet today.
Yeah, our 60
Do I have
buck
to be a
meeting
tail
is way
twister?
down. Yeah.
I think when you're not it with people face to face, it's a little different. So,
I don't know. I'm still glad I'm not face to face with Greg Firth.
yeah.
Me too.
You guys remember at the end that Gina wants an awards meeting?
Right. Cheryl's raising her hand.
Oh,
I
Cheryl.
have a trepidation dollar. My granddaughter is in DC doing riot control with the National Guard, Air National Guard. But there's so many of them there, nothing's gonna happen, I don't think.
Yeah. I don't know.
Felt good.
Yeah. I
They're
just
just tripping over each other.
yeah. I just got an email that they released 12 of the guard because of their background. They did more checking into background.
They're really, really, really vetting them hard, all of them, all
Yeah.
25,000 of them.
Yeah. So tomorrow morning, I think it's 6:00 our time that they start all the proceedings and stuff for the inauguration. So it'll be interesting to see what happens tomorrow. So okay. Anybody else on happy or sad bucks? Okay. All right.
Lloyd, looks like.
Okay. Lloyd?
Yeah, last Friday I got my first virus shot.
All right.
So there is somebody older than me on this call.
How'd you score that, Lloyd? Can't find it anywhere.
Yeah.
I got through the VA.
Oh, okay.
I'm scheduled for my second shot on the 5th.
Okay. How? Any side effects?
My arm was sore for a little bit. That's about it.
Oh, okay. I
It
don't
looks
know.
like your hair turned gray.
Yeah. Thanks, Al.
Well, they have that program where you can go in and see if you qualify and all that. I'm supposedly in the next phase, but I haven't heard back that I qualify yet. So,
Well, I did that thing online, the Phase Finder,
right.
and I got my green check and I qualify. Now we just got to find a place to go get them.
Yeah, they called me, set it all up.
Oh, really? See,
Yeah.
I went in Sunday, and they said they didn't qualify, and they said, when you do qualify, they'll get back to you, and they haven't gotten back. So I'm thinking,
Well, with Kaiser, you got to go online and get on the waiting list for the next phase because Kaiser is still on phase 1A.
Yeah.
yeah, but they're supposedly today, or I think it's phase 1B.
Yeah, that's us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't think you qualified for 1B.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, I thought you were way under 65.
Oh, yeah, no.
I know, I heard next week they're supposed to be at the Clark County Fairgrounds. I don't know if it's opening next week or they're going to start setting it up. But anyway, they're going to be having a vaccine clinic
Right.
site at the Clark County Fairgrounds.
Right.
I don't know if that's open to everyone
I don't.
or just Clark County.
I think in any of these deals, you're going to have to go in and get a time.
You got to qualify.
Yeah.
And you just can't show up at any time. I mean, they're going to give you a set time to be there.
Kaiser has a 6-question checklist. Real easy.
Yeah.
And 3 of the questions are about having the first version or having the whole version or yeah, whatever.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how quickly they want to get it out more quickly with this group. But,
Yep.
you know, I don't know. I mean, sounds like they only do it at the hospital here on Saturdays or Sundays. It kind of sounds like by the articles in the paper when they do the first responders and stuff. So, all right. Anybody else? Happy or sad bucks? Information. Marilyn.
I just wanted to welcome Jack Johnson. I'm not so sure that we started the meeting and not everybody knew that he was attending. Did you
Hey, Jack.
introduce Jack?
No, I have not.
Yeah, let's say hi, Jack. We're in the airport.
Well, he could be my guest. Jack Johnson is from Salmon Creek Lions. He's also come to our club and spoken several times about vision checks and with the schools and done presentations. And whatever else do you want to share, Jack?
He's going to talk to us about their shred day.
Awesome. Thank you. I just wanted to make him feel welcomed.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. It's good to be here.
So, yeah. All right. Anybody else? Let me happy or sad bucks. All right. So, hey, Jack, I'm going to turn the meeting over to you you can talk to us about your shred day. And can we come down and take part in it for it?
All right. The shred day, we had our first one back on October 24th. And that was a huge success. Wasn't anybody else doing it in the western part of Vancouver. We took all our cues and were mentored by the Battleground Lions. They've been doing it for a number of years. And Liz Elfring is the president of that club, and she was really, really helpful. So with the cost of the truck and the operator, Waste Connections charges $595. And that's for a three-hour term of operation.
Okay.
And what Battleground does, and which we copied, is that we went out and got sponsors. $100 per sponsor. Well, actually, we had more than 6. I think we had 7. And that covered a few incidental expenses as well. We are having a second one now on the end of this month, January 30th. And there was a lot of discussion about, is it too soon to do that? Originally, we were thinking about April 24th, but before I could get my board meeting and get the approval, somebody snapped that up, so that was out of the running. So they decided to basically adopt a quarterly schedule for these, contingent upon a number of things that we might learn as we move forward. So January 30th it is. And then we decided, because the demand for food in the community is so extreme, and we had done so much in regards to the Walk and Knock food drive through Clark County Food Bank, that we would also open up our event to people who could bring food, drop them off, and that any profit that we realized for this event, we would also turn that over to the Clark County Food Bank. So we just sent out our flyer and started the advertising process here this last week. Now, in the meantime, our board looked ahead, and I think we had our board meeting, it was last Wednesday, yeah. And we chose the dates of May 15th and October 9th for shred events as well. And I think we're determined to also pick out a worthy cause in the community, and it may be the food bank again, I don't know. But those 2 dates are tentative because we operate in the parking lot of Chuck's Produce there on Highway 99 in Salmon Creek. And we are awaiting the final approval from Chuck's for the use of that before we firm that all up. But we will have it set up in accordance somewhat with not only the way we did it the first time, but also the way that Walk and Knock had to respond to the pandemic, because they used the same parking lot. And they came by when we had the shred event and kind of saw how we had traffic routed and so on. They made some adjustments for Walk and Knock. And I think we will be probably limiting our volunteers to 10 or 12. So we will have people drive in, they'll pop the trunk lid, we'll take probably the paper and go left on that. And if they have food, we'll have that set up on the right. We're using the large barrels that the Clark County Food Bank has, and then somebody hopefully is figuring out how we get those barrels out to the food bank. But that's the way we're doing it. And I think we have 6 sponsors for this one, so we're covered. And part of our concern on the frequency of the project has been, will we burn out our sponsors? So we have one Lion that's really good at rounding those up, and he's trying to now go beyond these initial ones and get people lined up so that we can give the first runners a sort of a break. But that's kind of about it. We can't have too many people,
Right.
because Clark County Department of Health just says, no, you have to have them pretty well spaced out and limit your total number. And that's what we did for Walk and Knock. And it worked out really well, actually. And I think we can do the same thing this time. But we had a real good attitude for the volunteers. They enjoyed doing it. And the people that came were very, very appreciative. And I think that shows in the monetary donations that they made. We certainly didn't expect anything like what we got, which was slightly over $2,000. And we're hopeful at this time, if people feel strongly about feeding folks during this time of pandemic, loss of jobs, and so on and so forth, that they will also be similarly generous in terms of their monetary donations. So that's what we're doing, and I think it's a good project for the pandemic situation that we have to deal with. And we found a way to make it work with the Clark County Department of Public Health. And that's kind of about it. I would add that we are now in a process of working on the district's club rejuvenation pilot project, because our membership has decreased somewhat here in recent years. We've lost some people to transfers, to health situations, and to loss of life. So we're down to about, I think, 17 right now. We've just picked up 2 people as a result of the shredding project. And we have 1 more that will be joining in time. But we're going through the Club Rejuvenation pilot project, which is really a 2-part situation. One is to conduct a club satisfaction survey. And we agreed to do that, even though we did one a year ago. We're going to do that. And the other is to come up with a membership plan. And we have that pretty much ready to go. It'll be a plan, policy, and procedures. And we have a really good fellow that's working on that for us. It will be broached to our our board meeting in our next one. And anyway, that's kind of what we're doing. And we're also giving some thought to possibly having another lost my train of thought. White Cane Day, and hoping that we can get that to maybe be a zone project sometime in late April, May, or early June. So that's kind of about it. Any questions anybody has, I'd be glad to respond.
What are your hours on your shred day? You
10 to 1.
what?
10 o'clock a.m. to 1 p.m.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
The truck has a capability of 40 of those big barrels that they use.
Mm-hmm.
Pick up, and I think we filled 36 of them. So
Oh.
we had the truck pretty close to full back in October.
Okay.
Did you have a pretty steady flow of people through?
We did.
that?
We did. It was amazing. We just we weren't overburdened, but it's just a steady trickle coming in. I think it really helped being on Highway 99 in the Salmon Creek area. We did buy and have made a very large sign. It's probably 3 by 12, something in that dimension, and we had that right out on the highway, and I think that drew a number of people in. We also put it on Clark County Live, which is an advertising system that operates in radio and so on here in Clark County. And I think that was helpful. And then the neighborhood associations, we distributed our flyers to them. And we also distributed flyers to the presidents of our Clark County Lions. So we had, I think, pretty good publicity. And it was in the Columbia newspaper as well.
Did you put your sign up several days ahead, shredding here on such and such a date, or did you just have the sign up on the day?
The day of. The day of. We had to be kind of careful not to intrude too much on Chuck's Produce. You know, that's a grocery store. They have 2 locations in Vancouver. And this is their new one, and it gets a lot of traffic. And they didn't want people pulling in looking for shredding, you know, not reading the sign carefully. And so we agreed just to put it up on the day of, and I think it helped.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I know, like, because I know here they haven't had it in over a year, so people do save stuff and then want to get it shredded. So
Yeah,
thank you very
exactly.
much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Good to be here.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you.
We're there.
There goes the bug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Any other comments or anything that we would like to discuss? Hal?
I'd like to share my screen and give an LCIF report for the end of December, and I think it's letting me bring it up. Here we go. Our district reached $11,675 for this year, and the total for that last quarter, and over almost $21,000 for the Lions year so far. And I come up to Salmon Creek. Congratulations, Jack Johnson. You're the leader in your club, and I hope you can continue to convince people in your club to become a donor. Here's the great news. Longview Pioneer Lions contributed 71% of all the donations during the month of December. And for the year so far, we're at $13,125, which is 63% of the district's donations. So I want to thank the Longview Pioneer Lions for being leaders in Lions Club's International Foundation. Any questions on that?
Great job, Hal.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, it's we got to tell the Harveys how much we really love them. The Hardy boys, the Harvey boy and girl. Yeah. So with that, Ken wanted me to make sure, or wanted you to know about something that's going on that could confuse things. Let me get back to it.
We're Pioneer Lions. Breakfast does that. Come on.
Yeah, I know it. Shoot. Okay, where was that? Okay. There is, and I'm going to share my screen again once I get it back here. There's a local initiative going on called the Local Community Initiative, and it's called LCIN.
Oh.
investor discussion, rebuilding better local investing networks. It's coming out of the Council of Governments, and there's a flyer about it by clicking here. And it's about investing locally, and it's talk about breakout sessions. It's going to be a Zoom meeting. I'm probably going to register for it because I love Zoom so much. But I think Ken's point is valid. LCIN investor could be confusing, so just be aware of it. Okay, any questions?
Oh, okay. No?
Okay.
All right. Any other, any other comments or anything from anybody? Okay, we have, Gina's gonna have an awards meeting at the end when we close off. There is, executive board Thursday, 11:30. Board meeting at noon, and it shouldn't take too long on the board meeting. I don't think we have just a few things to go over, so it shouldn't take very long. So, and if you guys would want to change, like any other months, change the time, just let me know, because I'm pretty much open to any other time. Okay. Ken?
Yeah, I just have a question. Have you or your board scheduled a meeting in the past presidentship to take a look at nominating officers for next year?
No?
It's a little bit early.
Yeah.
Well, it's not too much early to start planning it.
You have to do it as a team.
Hi,
We
Harvey.
usually start at the end of February, and then we have the president's meeting in March. That's what typically happens.
Okay.
So the end of February, Leroy will get everybody together and start processing that, and then he'll find a place for all of the presidents to meet up or Zoom,
Yeah.
however he wants to do that. So that's how that runs.
All right.
Thank you. At least it's put out there so we're thinking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
All right.
So the Harveys just woke up. Is that it?
We're at my daughter's house visiting her and my grandson, 3-year-old grandson, because we didn't see him for Christmas or Thanksgiving.
Oh man.
We were just on a hike, so to speak.
At least a mile, I'm not sure.
Okay. Anybody else? Any happy sad bucks or any other comments?
Oh, I have one.
Okay, wait a minute. Cindy?
Yeah, you notice that Louie and I have separate screens.
Yes.
I'm with a friend who had eye surgery, so I'll be with her for a couple of days until she heals up.
Okay. All right.
Please excuse.
Yeah, Pat?
I just wanted to shout out to all the wonderful Lions who have reached out with telephone calls and emails about my status. Bill Pontius, Dolly Harvey, Marilyn. I love all of you guys, and I'm thankful for you. Even Tony Botero.
All right. Anything else? Okay.
And Cheryl.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I have no other announcements, so we can.
Carol, can you hear me?
Yes.
Would you stay behind because I have to shake after the meeting? I have a quick question for you.
Okay, Doug, do you have anything?
I just want to say hello to Jack. Jack Johnson, hi, guy. He's visiting us from Salmon Creek. Maybe he's already been on, I don't know.
It was our program.
Yes.
Oh, he's our program.
Yeah, it's ready, so. No.
And Jack is always on it when I ask for content for your newsletters. I almost always send something. You're great there. Really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a stretch sometimes, but
No,
we work on it.
talk to us about how they do the shredding, and I know they haven't had it in over a year around here, so.
Jack, that's the 20th, right?
No, the 30th.
30th, Jack?
Coming up, yeah.
Yeah.
Last Saturday of the month.
30th.
Yep.
10 to 1.
No, at Chuck's Market.
Right.
Yep, same place.
Right.
Right.
So yeah, Marilyn.
Is Rose still on? I think she is.
I think so.
Do you have time to chat just a little bit today? You don't have to be after.
Well, I leave at 1:30 to go swimming.
How about after that?
That would be fine.
Okay, Hal and I had a little brief conversation about, following up with our Lions and the fact that you took it on to make phone calls. So
No, that would be fine. Thank you.
yeah, we'd offer you a team to work with on that too. So just anytime soon.
Yeah, and I know some of the numbers are not correct, and
Oh, yeah, there's a little bit of that. It's not too bad though. I think we managed to find most of them.
yeah, and there's some that don't have emails and stuff, so you can only contact.
I'm not sure if my phone number ever got changed.
Was that
Sharon.
Aaron?
Yeah.
Oh, is it? I'll check.
I'll write. I can give it to you real quick, and you can just write it down and check it.
All right, okay. Now?
360-762-1497.
I gotta tell you a little thing. Greg first called me and said, so-and-so needs a name change and an address change. So I said, okay. So I wrote it all down. And then I went to my computer. And as I was putting their phone number in, I said, boy, that phone number looks really familiar. And I go, hey, that's my phone number. I called him back and said, they don't live here. I thought that was a cute thing for him to do.
Yeah.
But I was going to say too, out of all the emails, there's only 5 that I don't have.
Oh, okay.
Out of 168.
All right.
Wow.
So, and there's probably a couple of them that don't have emails, but they're all current except for 5.
Okay.
I think that's pretty good.
That is absolutely wonderful.
Yes, it is.
Do you remember, Hal, 20 years ago?
Yeah.
205, 200 plus members.
Yeah.
We're trying to do the newsletter, and we had 15 emails.
It was very frustrating. And that's after a couple of years of passing around and getting emails that disappeared.
Nowadays, everybody's just email me or text me. I don't,
Yeah.
So.
There's a few of us on here that probably remember the tri-folded little weekly newsletter that John Claypool and Peck, first name Don Peck, put together. So, and on the back page was all of our members' numbers
and Bethany Young and Pat Palmer.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
That's right. You guys print that out.
I'm the one that requested that we stop doing it.
I wonder why.
Okay, I'm going to adjourn this meeting and turn it over to Gina so she can have her awards meeting. And maybe next week we'll have snow. Who knows?